Hello, and welcome to Ascension Arcana Tarot. This is Christine with a weekly romance reading. This is August 7th. As always, this is a general collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I have a couple of stones on the table joining us this evening. I have this little rose quartz heart and one of my gold sheen obsidian stones. I love this stone. So rose quartz for me is like this really gentle stone of just pure like self-love. It's such a sweet, loving stone. And then the gold sheen obsidian is about grounding, shielding, and lending power to your manifestations. So it's kind of funny. This one was, I don't know how to describe it. It was talking to me in my intuitive voice from downstairs. I didn't even realize that it was in there, but it was calling to me from like this little chest where I keep some of my stones. And then the gold sheen obsidian was like, me too, me too. So they both wanted to be here to support with this reading. So what does this collective need to know for their romance journey this week? This guy is the King of Wands. Sweet. So the King of Wands is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be any sign, but I just feel called to say that for some reason. He's a really passionate energy. He's an energy of movement, of adventure, of kind of lighting a fire under your soul and making things happen in the 3D is what I'm getting from him. In terms of your romance, that would be very passionate energy. We have the Hierophant. He is a card of tradition, and he is a card of spiritual growth. And also in terms of a relationship, he can be a card that represents like marriage or commitment, sort of being like the traditional figure who would have married people in the past. This is interesting energy. I feel like for him in this reading, he's representing a place where you're doing your spiritual work and it's helping you with your romance journey. So we have the Two of Wands. Oh, it's the Emperor. I was like, who's the Four? Sorry, I don't use this deck super often. I use it more for my personal reasons. It's the Emperor. And then the Page of Cups. There's like a lot of divine masculine energy here. And I'm super drawn to the fact that like all of the grown men here have these red, like these vivid, vibrant red cloaks. And it's only the little Page of Cups here who has, I mean, he even has the red color, but he has like the blue from the water too, right? This definitely speaks to me of something significant going on for you with a divine masculine energy. And I don't know if either like fire or fire signs or even the color red is somehow significant to you, but that's really sticking out to me in this reading. And even like the ages of these men. So we go from like a young man here in the Page of Cups, and then the Two of Wands, and then the King of Wands, and then the Hierophant and the Emperor. I feel like it's like showing like a life cycle or something of like this man aging. That's really interesting. I'm feeling too like, I mean, it kind of goes in a circle like this, the flow of the energy in terms of like their age. And it's sticking out to me that it starts with like the youngest, and as it progresses, he first he's a court card, then he's just like a minor arcana card, then he's a king, and then he's a major arcana card. So I feel like you might have a cycle here going on with a divine masculine in your life. This could even be a person that you've known for a very long time, since you guys were like young or kids, or it can be a person who you've seen grow a lot, like in the time that you guys were together. So maybe you've only been together for like a few years, but you really have seen this person like go through some huge changes in terms of like maturing and or growing in like his personal power. This is definitely like a masculine glow up energy. That's very interesting. So in terms of like your romantic life, this could either be representing you, if you identify as a divine masculine, or if you identify as a divine feminine, this could be your divine masculine partner, if that's what aligns for you. So in this bottom row, the Two of Wands is making a decision. So there's he's at a point where he has to make a choice in order to move forward. So he's very decisively, I always like in this one, I feel like he is always choosing adventure. He always has like this globe in his hand and sort of has like this adventurous spirit looking out kind of into the distance or into the future. The Emperor here, I'm feeling like this energy of control for him. So that can be one of his aspects that's like a little bit more challenging. I'm super drawn to like the ram's heads here because he's a symbol, I think he's an Aries. But just like the stubborn ram, kind of not giving up. So I feel like definitely some obstinance there. I don't know if that will resonate for anybody. And then the Page of Cups here is almost like bringing back some flow. So for whoever this divine masculine represents or whatever energy this is, I feel like there was maybe a choice made and then someone became like entrenched in the choice. It's almost like an energy of not wanting to admit that you're wrong. So you stubbornly stick with the choice that you made and you like refuse to kind of see the writing on the wall or like the evidence that maybe it wasn't the right or the best choice, I guess. I'm not feeling like anything is wrong here, but I'm definitely feeling like a sort of dug in, stubborn energy. And I feel like this Page of Cups is coming to help loosen that up. So what I'm feeling from him is just this flow. So it's a place where a choice was made, and then this divine masculine energy got sort of entrenched in that choice and maybe like attached to being right about it. And then the universe is helping to bring in some of this flow and surrender energy to help loosen up the energy, so that this divine masculine energy can sort of start flowing again in the direction that's aligned with their highest good. So maybe where this masculine energy is stuck is not in alignment with their highest good. So it's like the universe almost sending like a river to kind of course correct him. I'm super drawn to this river in the background of the Page of Cups card. That's really sweet. And also bringing some of this water to this like really mature, fiery energy. I'm drawn to the fact that he's like a child. And a lot of times children have that like open, inquisitive mind. They're like little tiny scientists, right? And they question everything. So it almost feels like the passing away of this energy of being stuck, stubborn, entrenched, kind of attached to being right. This fiery energy of like, I'm going to make it happen, right? This fire energy is very like passionate about being the creator. Whereas water is like a lot more surrendered. So I feel like it's sort of that passing away, passing out of this divine masculine's experience, being able to release some of that control or entrenchment or stubbornness and let in that inquisitive child mind, that sort of flow of the universe. Like I'm really feeling this water energy. The fire and the stubbornness are going this way, kind of evaporating away almost, right? And then the river is coming in and just sort of flowing forwards into the future. The energy feels really nice. Also, I'm noticing that these three figures down the middle are all really stationary. They're sitting in like thrones and chairs, which feels really like stuffy and stuck to me. So I feel like this Two of Wands energy is really helpful. And this child energy from the Page of Cups really kind of getting this divine masculine energy up out of their chair basically, and like in a place where they're actually living life instead of sitting back stuck in this chair and like observing it. Even the posture, like I'm really drawn to the King of Wands here. He's just sort of like lazy and laid back here. So it's kind of funny because even though fire is like a pretty active energy, none of these guys are really being very active. So that's what I'm getting from this. That's interesting. I'm curious how this relates to anyone's romantic situation. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups, which is really sweet. I just heard in my head, that's you. I don't think that meant me, although she is my card. I think that means maybe you guys who are watching. So if there's anyone watching who aligns or relates to this divine feminine energy, or even is like a water sign, so that would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Queen of Cups is the mother of this Page of Cups. So again, just with that energy of flow and kind of moving away from this like imbalance almost of like overly masculine energy into a more like flowing, surrendered, feminine energy alignment. So what advice do you have for my viewers, God, for their romance journey this week? Oh, okay, we have like a bunch of cards. I was wondering if the King would come out. That's funny, I sensed him in my intuition. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Swords reversed. That's interesting. I don't know if I'm called to read it that way. So the Eight of Pentacles is a card of really hard work, of mastering your craft. For me, what's the example that's coming to me is like my spiritual journey, right? I think I had talked about this in one of my recent readings where I set aside like 10 or 15 minutes every day to do my spiritual work, my inner work. And that doesn't seem like very much time, but over the course of the 2 years that I've been like really actively on my journey, it really adds up and you start to see these huge breakthroughs. And that's what this feels like to me, is kind of chipping away, really focusing on just getting better at something and like practicing a craft. The Queen of Wands here, again, is that kind of shift to like a feminine energy. I just feel like she looks so much more inviting than these kings do. And the color is interesting to me too. So she's kind of like this golden sunflower yellow. And she's even holding a sunflower. She's kind of like sunny. I feel like I'm getting that from her. She's an optimist. She's very social, the Queen of Wands. She's also a passionate creator. So being very creative, I'm getting being like artistic. I feel like she has little lions above her crown, which is really sweet. We keep getting lions for the Lionsgate portal. Oh yeah, she's even got them here too, that like as part of her throne. That's really cool. So Leo energy might resonate, more of that fire energy. The Ten of Swords, this is so, do you see how he has a red cloak? It's like the death of this kind of dug in, stationary, I feel like he's a rock. It's like the funniest energy. This dude is just like not moving. And the universe is just bringing in this water energy to kind of soften it and like help this masculine energy move. So I feel like it's the death of that. It's speaking of the ending, the death of that sort of dug in, stubborn feeling. It's the death of needing to be right. I'm getting that there's like a pride and like an ego involved. That's being really laid to rest here. And I think that the advice is just that it's safe to do that. So for this masculine, this energy that I'm feeling, it's not going to feel good to have to humble himself, or themselves, I guess, and admit that they're wrong and like admit that they've made the wrong choice, or admit that what they have tried to manifest is not coming to fruition, right? Or it's not working. This masculine energy would have a lot of difficulty with that. I'm feeling like there's just pride and ego involved here, and that it's okay to just let that die. Like, it's not going to hurt you. Even if you just are admitting it to yourself, that's all that matters. I don't feel like this is something that this masculine energy needs to say or do to anybody else. It's really just feels like the universe coming in and kind of loosening this energy up. So the advice here again would be to sort of practice that healing, even if it's a little bit a day, and just allow like the fruits of that healing to sort of build up and build momentum over time is really powerful. Having like this optimism, kind of a more surrendered, relaxed, feminine energy here. She feels less about control and she feels way more surrendered to me. She's like the really positive aspects of the fire suit, like I said, around that creativity, the optimism, and just allowing yourself to admit like this is dead, done, and over with, and it's not serving you to be like stuck in this energy. So these guys wanted to come out too. We have the King of Cups. I feel like in terms of advice here for romance, first of all, the King of Cups is very romantic guy because he's super in touch with his emotions. So I feel like in terms of advice, he is advising this divine masculine to sort of shift from this control energy, this really active, like controlling and like attached and stuck energy. And he is advising this masculine energy to surrender and to go inside and feel his feelings, and that's going to really help him if he's embodying sort of the qualities of the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is very compassionate. He's very kind. He's very in touch with his emotions. He's very spiritual, and he's really intuitive as well. So he's a fairly surrendered divine masculine. And then we have the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Sweet. I don't feel like this is supposed to. So, hang on, is this? No, this is the Page of Wands. Okay. That feels better. I was like, the Knight of Wands? That doesn't feel right. This is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is that energy that I was talking about when it comes to adventure and kind of having that like youthful spirit. So we have two pages here. We have the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. And I feel like I said, that sort of inquisitive, like open-mindedness of a child to just be exploring the world and asking questions and just trying new things and having like this incredible flexibility is what the universe is trying to help this energy call in here. So leaving this like stuck heavy energy and really being able to flow and move and flex with the universe. The 10 of Pentacles, I feel like is just saying that this is what gets to come in as you're healing this. So in terms of advice on a romance reading, I feel like this is the ultimate goal, right? Is like manifesting the romance, the family legacy, the wealth. You've got, grandpa and then the middle generation and the child, the dogs. They're at this castle. There's like money everywhere, right? I mean, they've kind of got it all. Being able to keep this as your dream, if this resonates for you, that's kind of having it all, right? Being able to keep your dreams of having it all, and knowing that that's what you're working for. So what's coming to me is like, maybe you thought at one point that a certain choice or a certain path would bring you to this, the life of your dreams. And it's just not happening, right? And maybe you've been kind of banging your head against it or kind of frustrated. So it's safe to just go with the flow of the universe and say, forget it. That doesn't seem to be working. I'm just going to let the universe show me which way to go, right? That you're kind of not really in control of it. Maybe the best way to say it is that this energy is not choosing the right way to make these dreams come true. It's all about surrendering to the universe so that the universe can kind of carry you like on its river, right? And make these dreams come true for you. And then the last card is the Wheel of Fortune, which again has the lion on it, which is really sweet. For me, this is a card of like fate and of changes. And also as a major arcana card, it kind of speaks of like the universe acting in your life. The way I would describe it maybe is that this is a universal force that you really don't have much control over. So I feel like part of what's going on, and if you're in this collective and if this resonates, part of what's going on is the universe is kind of coming in and like course correcting you because you had chosen this sort of difficult path or the path that seemed right at the time. And the universe wants you to know that's a dead end path. You're kind of just banging your head against the wall. It's time to surrender, and now we're going to go this way. So as always, do what resonates for you. You got to follow your own judgment and your own intuition. I very strongly feel that that's the energy of the cards. The universe is course correcting you. That's a really sweet message. It's going to feel good, I think, for this energy. I really just feel like this stuck control energy. It doesn't feel good. Whoever's in this collective, it doesn't feel good to be in that energy. And it feels so good to be in this like flow energy and just let the universe kind of sweep over you like a tide or like a river and kind of carry you along with the flow. And it's okay to surrender to that. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, none of us are really in control of anything, right? Other than, our own wishes and desires and the choices that we make, right? How we choose to react to things. But in terms of what the universe presents to us as challenges or stepping stones, that comes from the universe. That doesn't come from us. All right, so that feels really good. I love this Yin Yang Oracle. I want to see if there's any cards in here. What does this collective need to know? Party External. That's interesting. Sometimes I like to use these cards to help me gain clarity on my blocks. What is coming to me with this one is that maybe this energy is focusing a lot on the external, maybe on like looks or money, and maybe it's time to focus on the internal world, right? Which is kind of more, so like the King of Wands over here is kind of like a showy guy, right? He wants to have like the nice car and the good looking partner on his arm and all that stuff. And the King of Cups is going to be a lot more of an internal energy where he's kind of quieter and like more spiritual. He's not really like a flashy guy. So I think it's that transition from maybe living life in like an outward kind of way versus spending some time going within. And like, there's nothing wrong with flashy cars, right? That sounds very fun. But I'm just giving that energy as an example. It says, until debt tear us apart, contracts, career, commitments, and Saturn. And then Air, Ace, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's interesting. I feel like what's sticking out to me is like contracts and commitments, which is what this energy feels like. It feels like this energy committed to a certain path, and now they almost feel like stuck on it, right? Almost like being overly loyal or overly committed to this path that's not working. And even the universe doesn't want you to be committed to this path anymore. So it's safe to just change your mind. It's safe to just try a different path. I'm feeling this energy here where maybe this divine masculine feels like he's breaking a contract. But I don't feel like that's the reality of this in terms of like spiritual truth, right? Or like how the universe sees this. So it's okay. You're not abandoning yourself or like abandoning some sort of commitment or something to just say, I don't really feel like this path is working out for me. Let's try a different way. It feels like it would be really okay to say that. And Saturn can sometimes be like a really stubborn energy. So I feel like I'm just picking up on that stubbornness again. And this card is nice. I love this. The Air card. It's funny. So Air and Ace would be in tarot, the Ace of Swords, which continues to come up for us. It's that kind of slicing energy of like truth and gaining clarity. And I also feel like air is another element that really flows. Just like water, right? They flow. And it's really safe to just surrender to that flow. So I don't know if anyone listens to my other readings, but any place where I've mentioned this Ace of Swords type energy, it's like a big energy that's in the collectives that I'm reading for lately. Just really getting clear and being set free by that clarity. So the universe does not want you to be overly committed to a path that's not working out for you, right? The universe wants you to flow, to go with the flow and kind of be able to move forward. You don't have to be stuck in this kind of stubborn, stony energy. So let that clarity in. Let that sort of truth slice through and say, you know what, this isn't working, and I'm ready to just kind of go with the flow. So that's what I'm getting here for this collective. I feel like if this divine masculine, again, can kind of let go of that ego or that need to be right and just go with the flow, it's going to lead to this. It's going to lead to this dreams come true energy and allowing the universe to sort of course correct you, and also feel like just balancing you as a human, right? So gaining some of these skills around surrendering and around leveling up your emotional intelligence, right? Kind of being more with yourself and getting to know yourself on a deeper level. That's like a really sweet energy. And I feel that as you're healing this, as this divine masculine is healing through this, it only makes him a better partner in his relationship. It makes him, I don't know, I guess like more valuable because he is becoming more of himself. So instead of just being like the words that just came to me is like a one-trick pony. Instead of being this one-trick pony fire sitting in my throne energy, now he's got like this whole other dimension of him where he's really working on his emotions and his spirituality and like his inner work, right? And that's really beautiful to be able to open up that side of him as well. So hopefully that is clear. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, as all of those things help me as I'm building my channel. And I will see you in my next reading. Bye.